the GBC training format. And this is a format I've been using for over 8 years now. Whether that's with newbies, whether that's experienced lifters, people want to learn more, fat loss, people just want to rebuild some confidence, and even more experienced lifters because it creates results. And when I say experienced lifters, even those who have been coaching for a year, 2 years, 3 years, we still go back to the GBC format because it simply works. In my opinion, there's better structure, better balance, better recovery, more consistency, and for the majority of people, just better long-term results. What is the GBC? German body composition. And it's a training system that's designed to improve body composition, muscular development, work capacity, calorie expenditure, and movement quality. And it involves upper and lower body exercises in a strategic way. And the reason for this is simple. The GBC program works in supersets. A superset being 2 exercises, one after the other. And we tend to start off with a lower body exercise and move into the upper body. So then the body has to move blood from, obviously like the heart and everywhere that's working, to the lower body for the first exercise. Then it has to redirect that blood and also send blood up to the upper body for those exercises and muscles being used. And it does this repeatedly, which is going to increase energy expenditure because more demand equals more work equals better training effect when used correctly. Instead of smashing one body part, let's just say the legs, for an hour and having to crawl out of the gym because you've been destroyed, we spread the workload intelligently across the body, which basically means higher quality training, higher output, and all without unnecessary burnout. We use GBC in what's called an across the body format. The line signaling what muscles we're going to be using. That being your A muscles being your lower pull, hamstrings, glutes, lower back, and then your upper push, which is going to be your chest, your deltoid, your triceps. Whereas your B sessions, as you can see here, will be your lower push muscles being your quadriceps, and your upper pull being your back, your traps, your rhomboids, rear delts, and so on. More specifically, here we've got your dumbbell bench press, your shoulder presses. Here we've got your rows, your lat pull downs. Down here we've got your hip thrust, a long stride reverse lunge. You've got your remaining deadlift, seated hamstrings. And then here you've got walking lunges, your squats, your leg extensions. Again, the program is done strategically. And without trying to confuse it, we can split this into front working muscles for one session and then reverse muscles for the opposite, being anterior chain, posterior chain. The reason we don't do this for most of the posterior chain is because you're going to be doing a lot of hinging and a lot of gripping. So you probably won't get the best out of your workout because you're probably going to fatigue your hinge patterns and also your grip. You won't be able to pull as easy or as well. So the across the body structure creates just better working outputs as opposed to heavily fatiguing. You can push harder, recover better, move better, and perform better session to session. And another reason I use this format is because of balance. A lot of people are already living with muscle imbalances, especially with the amount of sitting down that we do nowadays and the lack of walking and daily activity that we do compared to how we used to. And then when people do traditional training, which is usually quad heavy, chest heavy, we're just basically using the same muscles that are already in really poor positions anyway. It makes the matters worse. And over time, this is going to create worse posture, more movement restrictions, aches and pains, and poor mechanics. And we don't want poor mechanics. Our GBC structure is going to help reduce this by keeping the body more balanced. As you can see, we're going to be training push and pull, anterior chain, posterior chain, upper, lower, plenty of strength, plenty of movement, which is going to create a more athletic, functional, and structurally balanced body. Not just a body that looks good, but a body that works well too. Now you might tend to see the GBC 2x2. Basically what this means is 2 times A sessions / muscles, 2 times B sessions. Again, you'll have 2 of these, 2 of these. You'll do session A, low pull versus upper push. Then you'll do B, low push versus upper pull. Then you maybe have a rest for a day or 2, then go back to session A and then session B. This is going to allow more practice, more overload, more quality reps and better consistency without absolutely frying yourself, that being most important. Because results don't come from one brutal session, they come from repeatable quality work over time. You might be thinking, what if we're going to be doing 3 sessions per week? Then we add a C session. Day 1 equals the A session, day B equals B session, and day 3 will be your C session, which is generally more posterior chain. This means your glutes, your hamstrings, your lower back, your lats, your rhomboids, your traps, your biceps. More postural muscles, which are massively important for modern day life. Because like we said, most people are sat down, they're rounded, inactive, stressed, looking down at the screens. We basically need to improve all the posterior chain muscles to create better balance again. And you might be thinking, but are there other training styles? I've had a coach tell me about this. I've got a friend that told me about this version. Of course there is. There's absolutely loads of different versions of training programs and structures. You've got push-pull legs, you've got upper-lower training splits, functional training, hybrid training, body part splits, and they all work well when applied correctly. But for the vast majority of clients that I work with, the GBC format works the best because it tends to give better structure, it tends to give you better recovery, there's more flexibility, more progression, I couldn't get it out, and better sustainability. For example, push-pull legs, it can work brilliantly, but for the general population who only want to train between 2 and 4 times a week, it might not create enough overload and therefore reduce training frequency per muscle group, less results. And then you've got upper and lower, they tend to work well. Generally men want more upper, ladies want more lower. A 5-day training split tends to work well, but how many people are going to devote to those 5 days of training? Especially when others like a little bit of variability with more cardio circuits and HIIT. Whereas the GBC allows us to bias muscles or areas slightly easier while still keeping the balances across the body. Again, just mentioned, clients still like to, or people still like to do, like cardio, they like running, they like circuit training, sports, and even flexibility. So the GBC allows room for that. And the final thing to remember is, this is just one method, not the only method, but it's the method that I trust the most is because I've seen it work, I've seen what it can do. And it's worked with hundreds of different people that I've worked with over the last 8 years. Remember, my goal is not to destroy you. My goal is to build strength, improve movement, improve body composition, create confidence, build a body that supports your life long term, and create structure that you can stick to long term. So enjoy the GBC program, guys. Trust the process, learn the movements, focus on quality, stay consistent, and let's build strong, capable, resilient bodies together.